Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, how's it going, everyone? Right now, I'm with one of my top students at the moment. He's currently crushing it, doing crazy days, like 10K days. This is my student Elia. He's been here since like honestly the beginning of the program, and he's stayed consistent, and believed in me and everything that I teach, and most importantly, he's believed in himself, and that is why he's been able to get the numbers that he's been generating recently. So, Elia, want to go ahead and just introduce yourself?
No, of course. Well, again, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. No, this has just been a really incredible journey because I joined literally in March, so that's like 3.5 months.
Right.
And just to see the results I've been able to see, just really just using the program and just sticking to it, has been amazing. So literally, like this last week, I ended $42,000, a little over 42,000 in sales,
Right.
which is just insane. And again, for me, as Eric knows, I've kind of known about e-commerce. I've known about ads. I've known about a lot of this stuff, but something I didn't know, which was literally the game changer, was literally having a plan and sticking to the plan. And that's literally what's working out for me. So very grateful.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the program. Like the reason why I made like explosive ecom is to create like a formula and just like a clear roadmap for you guys. So like you can just come in, see, okay, like here are practical steps that I can do. Like here's how I do product research. Here's how I build a store. Here's how I create the ads. And it's just like a formula and just like a system that you just have to follow. And inevitably you just keep testing products and just one will hit. Is that like what it felt like to you when you first joined? Like it felt like you just like I just laid down like a foundation system for you that you can just follow.
Exactly. No, exactly. Because again, I think what's really great about this course is that I think it caters to people who are starting out with no knowledge, but also for people who have knowledge and have tried out e-commerce but haven't seen any results. Because when I reached out to Eric, I've by that point I've already invested maybe 10, $15,000 into e-commerce.
Mhm.
I went to the branded drop shipping where I made my own water bottle, whatever stuff. And like, I was trying so many different things, TikTok affiliate marketing and influencer marketing and you name it. I've tried it.
Right.
But I will say, like, one of the things, my concern always, I feel like with a lot of people when they're considering buying a course, is like, is this course going to have exactly kind of what I'm looking for, or is this just going to be the basic stuff that I can just see on YouTube? Um, but I will say, like, I was the kind of guy that like I'd be subscribed to like 20, 30 different YouTube channels, and like I watch this guy, and his recommendation is to do this. Then
Mhm.
I watch another guy, and he has another method, and you just get lost in the sauce. You don't know which method to follow, which method really works. But no, yeah, this has been just very simple, straightforward. Here's the system, follow it, stick to it, have faith in it, keep trying. Like personally for me, like I was, I've tested 35 products.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like a lot of people by the fifth product, they're just going to give up, and
Yeah.
they lose faith. But I just know like if you stick to something and you have faith in it, like it'll happen. So yeah, no, it's been very exciting, and I, this has motivated me to even work harder. So like I'm even doubling down on this. So it's been great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I just want to start from the beginning. Like, why did you actually like join the program? Like, what convinced you, or like, what made you think like, okay, like I'm gonna take this leap of faith. I'm gonna trust Eric. Like, I'm gonna invest into Eric and what he's teaching. Like, what made you like think that?
hmm That's a great question. So again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying, where I was testing out a lot of things.
Mhm.
So, for example, I went and I found a product that I thought would do good, and then I went to Alibaba and I sourced like 500 units, 8 grand on that. Okay, that didn't work out. Okay, let me try TikTok affiliate marketing. That didn't work out. Now, I'm not saying these things don't work out. I'm sure these kind of things work out for people.
Mhm.
But after a certain point, you kind of just have to come to a realization that like you just need some guidance. You just need a mentor. And like no matter how much you keep trying and trying and trying, and although it could work out, this just saves you so much time and money, to be honest. Like, if I have joined your course prior to buying $8,000 worth of water bottles,
Right.
I would have saved $8,000 or $9,000 or whatever it was. So I think this is literally like a shortcut to success in e-commerce because you don't have to really keep trying different methods.
Right.
This just gives you a method that works and is very simple and easy to follow. And you just got to keep trying it and you testing it out, and then it works. So it really comes down to you need a mentor, you need somebody to guide you, and like another thing too. Even if I was successful with, let's say, the water bottle or previous things that I've tried, there are so many stages that you just need guidance. Like, for example, during the scaling phase this last week that I did 42,000 in sales,
You did two back-to-back 10K days, right?
two back-to-back 10K
Yeah,
days, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
And like, I'm like, okay, so let's say I didn't have Eric or I just didn't have a mentor. How would I even be dealing with this kind of volume and sales? Like, I need somebody who can help me source this product. I
Right.
need somebody who can help me deal with customer service. I need somebody like, how would I do this? But like, again, having you in my corner and guiding me is like invaluable. So,
That's awesome. That's awesome. And like I always tell you, I'm like, bro, if you have any questions when it comes to scaling, because I know like scaling a product for the first time, it can be overwhelming. Like you said, like you were telling me, like it felt like you were like in uncharted territory. Like you went from doing $0 to 10K days in a week. It's like how does that happen? Like that's why like I always preach to you guys. I'm like, if you have any questions or you need anything, like please reach out to me. And like I'm glad that I've been able to just help you all the way through.
oh yeah, no, that I can vouch for that. You are consistently checking in, like, hey, Ellie, how's it going? Anything I can help you with? So it's not like one of those courses where, which by the way, man, I'll be honest with you, you are the first course I've ever invested in. Like, I've never invested in any other courses
Mhm.
because I've always had like this kind of thinking notion that like why is this why is somebody trying to like why is somebody just giving away all the sauce like what like it's got to be a scam, right? Like
Right.
why? Or like another thing I was thinking, like maybe just this stuff that is being taught I can just find it on YouTube, or like just so many like negative things you think about, but after a while you just gotta commit and take a dive and just take a chance that, like, bro, I've tried, like, let me put my pride aside, like, I'm having trouble figuring this out. Let me get a mentor.
Mhm.
And literally every time you ask somebody successful, like, what are some things that attributed to your success? It's always a mentor. It's always a mentor. I've had a mentor. And I was even telling my business partner, like, 50% of the value, maybe, or maybe even more than that, isn't even necessarily from the course itself, because the course is great. And I am using the course and applying the course.
Mhm.
But the other 50% is just your presence and availability
Right.
and the Zoom calls that you do every week, checking in on everybody, and also going through the motions with all of us. Because, like you say, business is fire. It's fires every week.
Yep.
Um, and like, like what the last month for me was, and for a lot of people, it was ad account suspensions. Well, we can't get an ad account up. What should we do?
Actually, I want to
And
dive into that really quick. So, Elliot was experiencing a lot of diversity. This is I always love to like mention this to people who are going through like kind of like a drought or like a bad time in their life, not even just with business, but just with anything in general. But like I always tell people, I've experienced this myself many times. Like you're gonna be put through like a bunch of tests and like a hard time right before like your great success. It happens all the time. Like God is gonna like test you and give you like a hard time right before like you start to like flourish in success and you exactly experience that with ad account bans. So can you go into that a little bit?
of course, of course. So, um, the thing is, it wasn't even that. So, like, that was one of the issues.
Mhm.
So, for me, I was testing products, and then on my like 21st or 22nd product, I found a winner,
Right.
and then that was doing really good. And then what happened with that was there was some complication with the warehouse and like the product that they listed. It didn't really look like the product that was selling, so that was just not going to work out long term.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, well, here we go. I found a winner, but it's not working out. So I have to just cut it. And that just it feels really bad because, like, all right, bro, I just tested 22 products. I finally found a winner, but the winner isn't even a winner. So, okay. And then the second winner, the second winner is exactly what you mentioned happened, where my account got suspended because it's great. Metric has Eric has this like sheet where he kind of tells you, okay, you want to see these kind of metrics on your first day, and that's what lets you know that this product is a winner. And I literally had all those metrics, and it was even better than those metrics that Eric um, says are good.
Yep.
And then literally the second day, my account gets banned, and then
You did a
I'm like
thousand dollars in revenue, right? That first day.
that $1,000, yeah, on a Monday.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
then
hard percent hard.
yeah, and then so the account gets banned, and then I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, no big deal. Let me just go make another account, and then I go make another account, and that one gets banned. So then, literally for the next month or so, I can't do anything, and it's like, okay, I just found another winner, and like now I'm dealing with this, like, God, why are you doing this? So yeah, and then literally for that whole month, the challenge wasn't even let me find another winner product. The challenge was let me just find a way to be able to run ads again.
Right.
Um, but again, like that just goes back to what I was saying. Um, if I wasn't in this course, I wouldn't have really found a way as fast as I did to be able to get over that hump
Mhm.
because we're all actively okay. Try this out, try that out, try this
Right.
out.
In the calls especially.
In the calls especially, and another thing too, and this is another thing I was talking to my business partner about. It's not like there are so many benefits. Like, okay, one, you're getting the course.
Mhm.
Two, you're getting Eric as your mentor, who's
Oh.
been there and done that. But the third thing is like the community of people who are also in the group,
Mhm.
because like some of the um, solutions to my problem was actually brought up by another student in the group,
Right.
Leo.
Hmm.
And so it's just like the way things work out when you are like surrounded by people who have the same vision as you, it just accelerates. It just accelerates your path to success.
Right.
But yeah, after a month or so, I was able to finally get the ad account back up, which I literally started testing again in June. And right now we're in June 17th, 18th. Um, and yeah, I just got back to testing. I kept testing, testing, testing. And then like on my sixth or seventh product test this month,
Yeah. Back with the
uh,
new account.
back with the new ad account, yeah, and I found this winner, and
No.
then it's just so exciting, man. Like I love how scalable this is because like I'm already working on the second store. Like it's
Yeah.
just like we keep
I love
going,
it.
bro.
You're hungry. I can feel it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just did back to
yeah.
back 10K days and you don't care. You're like, I want another store I want a second store up and running.
We got to get it going, brother. No,
Awesome.
I feel like that's one of the criteria, bro. We just got to be
Yes.
like, if you're not hungry, like, what's you
Right.
know?
I got a question for you, Elliot. At what point, because this happens, everyone's human, we all do this. At what point did you actually have like doubtful thoughts and maybe like considered like, wow, like nothing's working, like should I keep going? Like what's happening? Like at what point?
Um,
Or did you even have any doubtful thoughts? Maybe you didn't. Like deep down,
yeah,
like you did always believe and you always knew and you weren't gonna quit. But like we're all human. We're always gonna have like those thoughts in the back of our mind. Like, does this really
absolutely,
work? Should I keep going?
absolutely.
I'm wasting a lot of money.
Absolutely. No, and that's a very fair thing to even think about because, I mean, for me, like I told you, I'm actually, I was in it for majority of the part, and I'm still am. I'm like, it's like I'm delusional in like a positive way where I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, this one I'm going to publish it.
Yep.
Tomorrow's a winner, you know? But I will say for me, probably it was when I found my first winner. I was like, damn, bro, like I finally found a winner after 20 product tests.
Right.
And I mean, you know me, I was testing a product a day kind of thing, like
Yes.
at that speed. And
Hmm.
then I'm like, all right, so I just put in all this work and then I finally found a winner. And then this is what happens. Like it kind of like makes you kind of sets you back a little bit. But for me, it's just you just gotta have thick skin, man. Like thick skin, but like I know this is not a thing that not everybody may maybe want to do. I'm not saying from a religious standpoint, but just being close to God and having faith. That was really the thing that kind of allowed me to keep going because I'm like, um, God just has a timing for me. Like,
Yeah.
I just know that, maybe it sounds cliche, maybe it sounds corny. It is what it is. But for me, I'm like, this was a big investment that I made. This
Mhm.
is something I really want to do. So, and I have dreams and aspirations and goals to be successful via e-commerce.
Mhm.
And I know this is God wants me to do this, but like I gotta be patient and like you said, like I just feel like God is testing me. Like God is really testing, like, do you really want this, bro? Or is
Yeah.
this just like another, and like, you just gotta just stay motivated. Like at night, bro, I just be putting on like these motivational videos on YouTube. Like it works for me. Like I'll be
Yeah.
watching it, like I watch like an hour, 2 hours of it. And it's like, all right, it'll come in time. I just gotta one thing that kind of put me at ease is like none of us can really control the outcome. Like we just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. But
Right.
like the only thing we can control is like what we do.
Our
So
act
our actions, exactly. So
and
I'm
our
like,
mind,
bro,
our mindset.
yeah, and our mindset, and to be positive, exactly. And I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna have faith and follow this course down to the T as much as I can to the best of my ability. And like whatever the outcome is, that's up to God. And at some point, I'm going to be rewarded because I just feel like that's just how life works.
Right.
You put in work, you have faith, you pray, you're serious, you're honest about it. You'll get rewarded.
Some
From my
point.
experience.
I love that. I love that. Wow, that's inspiring. All right, now I want to talk some numbers. So I know you already mentioned you did $42,000 in revenue and how like what amount of time? How many days?
In a week.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
that's that's incredible. 42K in 7 days. That's incredible. Um,
yeah.
Wow. I just want to ask you, like, you earned this so much. You were like you were one of my first students, and like I've just seen you start from like start to finish and just grow the whole way through. You always showed up to the calls, which I always appreciate, and you were always just on top of things, asking me questions, and just staying consistent and believing in like me and what I teach, and most importantly, like believing in yourself, which I really appreciate that you do that. But I just want to like ask you, like, has anything changed since from going to literally 0 days, ad account bans, and not making any money with ecom to literally 10,000 days over the weekend? Like you literally did back-to-back 10K days.
Yeah, that's a great. Anything
Personal,
changed you mean in terms of like my
like,
personal life
yeah,
or?
like personal life or just like anything, just like realizations,
Uh-huh.
like just any feelings or anything.
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. Because I was talking to the roommate actually a few months ago, and
Mm.
I'm like, bro, like, I'm I'm going this hard. I'm investing. I'm testing. I'm trying to be successful at this, and I've seen no results.
Right.
What's gonna happen when I do finally see results? Like, how hungry am I gonna be then? To
Exactly.
be honest, if anything for me, I've even been more. I'm like even more hungry now because in a way, man, it just it, like at beginning, you just gotta have blind faith, and
Yep.
and the reason I say blind faith is because like you haven't seen it for yourself yet, so you just have to blindly have faith. Um, but then when you see results, it's like, okay, like I'm gonna continue to have faith that I can do bigger numbers, but like I'm like, okay, well if I can do let's say 40,000 in a week, what's stopping me to have 400,000 in a week? Like it's just now the possibilities in my mind because I saw it. It just opened up even more. So
Mhm.
if anything that's changed for me is that I'm even dreaming bigger now.
Yes.
I'm no longer like I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but it's like back in the day, if I got like $100 in sales in a day, I'm like, whoa. But like now, I'm like averaging like 2K days. And I'm like, okay, cool. like, but it's just such a good feeling that like it has elevated where I am at from like $100. Oh my God, I'm at $100 to now 2K days. And
Mhm.
like, dude, I can even do more. I can do 10K
Yeah.
days. I can do 20K days.
Like I'm a
Uh,
believer, if you can do one sale, like you can do 100 sales. If you can do 100 sales, you can do 1,000 sales.
right, right. Yeah, no, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. So yeah, if to back to your question, change. Yeah, I just I believe it even more now. And I'm dreaming more because I'm like, okay, if that's possible, then I can do that. And then in terms of personal life, No,
Feel like it's happened so soon yet. Like you haven't really like it hasn't really set in yet
it
or
hasn't even
settled
said
in.
it.
Like this is
Yeah,
really recent. Like this literally
yeah,
just happened and it's still happening. Like you're still scaling the store. So like I understand if like nothing really personally has changed yet, but
yeah.
yeah, like you haven't went and got bought a Rolex yet with your profits or
No, no, exactly.
you haven't
Yeah, no,
blown
it's
your money away yet.
literally,
I'm just kidding.
literally, dude. No, I was talking to my business partner. I'm like we're both like in shock. Like, what do we just really do $10,000 in sales? And another amazing thing, Eric, like about this, because like I've done other businesses, but the most amazing thing about this is the fact that your money works for you. A lot of other businesses or your work or whatever it is, it requires your time. It requires you to clock in. It requires you to render a service, which it takes your time. And you know, I'm sure the people who's going to watch this video, they've heard this. Like time is like one of the biggest commodities, and that is very true because like for the first time in my life, I'm making money in the background. Like literally, I'm not doing really anything. It's just the upfront work of
Right.
finding a winner, finding having the supplier ready, just having the whole back end system ready,
Hmm.
and like in a way, it's kind of autopilot now. It's just like
Right.
I'm sitting here, and it's just I obviously I monitor it daily to make sure it's good, but just the fact that you can make money nowadays with just with your own money, just your money works for you
And a computer
versus
and like
and
Wi-Fi.
it could literally that's all you need.
Like
I'm
it
like,
feels
bro,
fake.
I, I can go anywhere in the world right now as long as I have my computer, my phone, and the Wi-Fi. Like it's game on. So yeah, no, it's but like you say, it's still very early. Like still hasn't fully set in. It's
Right.
just like
I don't think
whoa,
it will. Like as it's hitting the scale, like I don't think it will set in until a while.
yeah,
Until
yeah,
you find your next winning product.
exactly, exactly. So no, man, it's been amazing.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, bro. Like I said, you always deserve this. You were one of the first students to join my program and you just stuck with it and you believed in yourself, which I really appreciate. I want to
I
ask you
appreciate it.
another question. Like, where do you, like truly, like genuinely, where do you think you would be right now if you didn't join the program? Like, do you think you would still be doing e-commerce?
If would I still have been doing e-commerce? Probably in some way, shape, or form, I probably would have been doing e-commerce, but to no success. Um, like even it's so. I was actually looking over our DMs at the very beginning stage,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, that's so funny because you literally asked me, you're like, how much experience you have, how long have you been doing this, and how much money you've made.
Mhm.
Well, I'm like, okay, I've been doing this for years, and then I made $0. Like I made like no money basically, and I
Mhm.
feel like that was a trend that was going to continue. Like what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Like
Right.
at some point, you got to change the course. Like okay, you're doing this on yourself by yourself, and you're trying to figure it out, and it's not working out, dude. You need a mentor. You need somebody to guide you. You need
Mhm.
somebody to give you a roadmap. And I don't care how much you know how to use a computer because I know how to I know like with a lot of these programs like Shopify and TikToks or Facebook's interface and graphic design. Like I know how to use these things, but just knowing how to use things isn't gonna get you to where you want to be. You need like a roadmap. You need somebody to guide you.
Right.
Um, so no, if I didn't join this course, I'd probably still be doing e-commerce because this has just been a long time dream of
Right.
mine.
You've
But
already been doing it. It's like, why quit now?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, last and final question. If you just had like one piece of advice that you've learned throughout this journey since joining the program, and you said March, correct? Right? March.
Correct. Yes.
One piece of advice that you would tell someone watching this video, what would you tell them?
Um, I will just say you have to invest in yourself one way or another to learn. Like you just have to continue to be a student, in my opinion. Like you can't ever be like, oh, yeah, I'm too good to learn new things, or I watch these videos, I know how it works. Like you have to. I went to a conference and they said like right off the beginning, they're like, you need to have it's called a Shoshin mentality, where no matter how good you think you are, you have to always um, think like a student,
Yes. I
which
love
is that you just need to, have your like brain be like a sponge and you take in information.
it.
But you have to just invest. And for me, investing meant, okay, I got to invest in a course because sure, I've invested in testing this thing out for myself. It didn't work out. I've tested in investing, 500 water bottles because I thought it was going to work out. It
Right.
didn't work out. At some point, you just got to invest in learning and having somebody teach you.
I agree.
Now, whether it's this course or any course, I recommend this course because I mean, honestly, this is the only course I've ever been in. And like prior to this, I've always had like a negative like thought process about courses.
Right.
But like after joining this course, like no, I can like confidently say if it wasn't for this course, I would not be making the money I am now. And like yeah, the only thing I can say is just invest in yourself, and that's really the only way to make any kind of success.
I appreciate that. That's awesome. It always makes me happy to hear like the students like get the value from like what I teach. It like that honestly makes me more happy than like me generating results like now. It's like I'd rather see you guys win and you guys get results than me. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years. I still do the business model, like as you guys know, but it just makes me a lot more happier to see people like you succeed with like the knowledge that I give you guys. So I appreciate that.
That's awesome. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Elia. Well, I really appreciate you joining this call and hopping on and just giving us a little interview. Like this was awesome. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Keep crushing it, Elia. Like honestly,
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you, bro. Like you deserve this, and I just want to say thank you for coming on this call.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Elia.
Thank you.
Yep.